we're going to talk about choosing your estate planning attorney and a few common misconceptions when we're dealing with estate planning. The first big piece of the puzzle is finding somebody that you enjoy working with. You want to make sure that not only are they knowledgeable in your field, but that you have a connection with them. And knowledgeable in their field is probably number one in choosing an estate planning attorney. Just like you wouldn't go to your general practice doctor for your open heart surgery, you might love your local attorney, but if they don't specialize in this area, you probably want to seek out somebody who does. The second rule of thumb is going to be finding somebody that has a tax background, because at the end of the day, there are tax implications both on an individual income tax side and on an estate tax side. So it's important that somebody can take all of those options into consideration when advising you. You also want to have somebody that offers a complete estate planning package. And what I mean by that is, go back through the other segment where we list out all of the documents that we include and that I think should be included in any estate plan. And make sure that all of those documents are provided. And last but not least, when they're including all those documents, that they fund your trust. Because if you have this trust box and it's empty and there's nothing in it, it's not going to be worth the paper that it's written on. And so you have somebody that specializes, you have somebody that you connect with, you have somebody that has a tax background, they're going to do all of the bells and whistles. And now what? What do we do now? Well, when you call their office, they should be able to send you a packet of information. We do. If you're on our website, you can click on our information link that lets you have all of the forms and information that you need to fill out to bring into our office. We offer a free complimentary consultation to discuss your individual situation and your estate planning needs. Now, I get all the time, well, what about if I do my own estate plan? Well, at the end of the day, the only estate plan that I think each individual should do for themselves is my famous estate plan and the perfect estate plan, which is you write your last check to the undertaker and it bounces. If you're not planning on following the perfect estate plan, then don't try to dabble in this area. This is the practice of law, and if you don't do it 100% correctly, unfortunately, when we find out that, it's usually too late. So the person's usually gone, they've deceased, and problems are happening, which is why then they call our office to clean up the mess, which is far more expensive than just doing it right the first time. All right, let's talk about some of the common misconceptions in estate planning. I get this question a lot. My estate's not large enough to need a trust. Trusts are for people that have millions and millions and millions of dollars, or my accountant said that I have to be over the taxable amount in order to need a trust. Well, maybe from an estate tax perspective, that's true, but from an estate planning perspective, that is not true. If you own real estate, your property will go through probate. A trust is literally, I've never seen it cost more than probate. So I'm going to say this, a trust is almost always much, much cheaper than going through probate. Additionally, if you have property in more than one state, you'll have to have a probate in all of those different states. Whereas with the trust, not only can you avoid probate in every state you have property, you also can go from state to state. So the trust travels with you. So you move from Oklahoma to Texas, back to New Mexico, the trust gets to go from state to state. So that's another huge advantage of the trust. Another misconception that I face is somebody goes, well, I've got this kid and they're not really doing what I expected or wanted them to do, so we're just not going to list them. So they won't get anything if we don't list them out. Disinheriting children or disinheriting a spouse is very, very tricky business. It must be done correctly. It is truly with surgical procedure art that must be done. Otherwise, that child can come in and object against your estate and usually in most states recover a share. So they must be disinherited correctly in both your trust and in your will. So make sure that you see an attorney to do that and don't try to do that yourself. And make sure you give your attorney all of the information, because just not mentioning them will not work. We have a lot more common misconceptions and other questions and answers in our frequently asked questions section on our website. So if you'll go to our website and click on that, that should answer a few more questions that you have. If that doesn't answer a specific question that you have, you can come into our office for a free consultation, or you can email us online with the click here button that says contact us.